Hi, team. I see that the board is also board.
Hello.
Breakfast coffee is here as well.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? How are you, Gardner?
Can't complain. I'm all hopped up on coffee and caffeinated, so I'm doing good.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm tired. Yeah, it's getting to the evening here in the UK, so I'm just tuning into the spaces, doing our thing, our weekly thing here today. So that's cool. So let's have some fun today.
IP is a really interesting topic in NFT, so I'm really excited for today's spaces in particular. I think this is one of the ones I've been the most excited about.
I think that it's definitely. Sorry, Mr. Gabe, go ahead. Yeah, I was just saying, definitely. I think I'm excited for this one as well because we've seen in the community, across the community, a few ways how people are already using the DAWs that they've purchased for their own brand, and using it for their own in their own way. And it's really, really interesting to see, and more people are coming. We're seeing more and more things, so I'm excited for the spaces.
Yes. Right, like last week was a great example of it. We had the Red Ape family on, just a recap for anyone who missed it, but they have DAWs that they're going to be utilizing in their TV show that's coming on TV. So they're able to use their IP rights and make a show out of them.
They're
and
actually
I think
coming...
it's something.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think it's something that members of our community aren't always clear on what they are allowed to do, and that they can, in fact, use these to make money for their own businesses.
Yes, and they're actually coming live tomorrow, January 10th on Apple TV with their first episode, which is, amazing to see the first NFT show coming to the bigger screen, TVs all over the world. So that's exciting. And we are coming, on the next episode, which will be only a few weeks apart. And to be honest, I'm really excited to see DAWs on TV, the amount of exposure that this will have on, let's say, 98% of the public that doesn't know what NFT is. I think it can generate a lot of hype towards the show, towards DAWs, a lot of interest.
And this is exactly what I think we're going to see a lot of in 2022, because right now, us in the NFT space forget how many people really don't know about NFTs still and really don't understand them. And so having things like this, like the Red Ape show, and as we start to see more people utilize it for their brands and we get these images out there, we're opening up the space to a whole bunch more people. As you said, like probably 98% of the population that doesn't even know yet what these really can do for them. So seeing DAWs on packages and starting to see them on clothing and different things everywhere, not only done by us, but done by members of the community, is going to be huge for exposure, for the brand, just in so many ways.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so here's a question that I have for you, Gardner. I know it's a common misconception, I think, that commercial rights are given to you when you purchase an NFT in no matter what. But it's actually like a conscious decision that the founders have to make as to whether they're going to allow that or not. And, when you retain the commercial rights as the founders, you get to have a lot more control over your brand image, right? You make all of the decisions and not your community. But there's some trade-offs to that, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you and Archer came to the decision that was what was right for you guys to do.
Yes, so when Archer and I, when we started everything and we thought about how we want to implement the brand to communicate what we believe in and so on, and what we want to achieve. So as you say, it's not a straight, there is no right or wrong answer. and we had a lot of examples out there that some projects and artists didn't give their IP and commercial usage rights, others did. For us, we felt very much comfortable, and we thought that the correct way moving forward is to actually give the IP and commercial usage rights, because we wanted every member and every NFT holder to be able to use their assets for their own good, to build a brand, a business, whatever. And we felt that this is the right way to put the general brand, the DAW brand, out there. If more and more members from our community will start utilizing their assets, their DAWs, to different kind of things, I mean, the exposure would be enormous. And this is how we saw it, and this was our goal from the beginning.
Yeah, we've been putting it out there to the community recently. Like, if you're planning on using your DAW for your business, please reach out to us. We want to see what you're doing. And that's kind of how we got to having our speaker here today. We saw pictures of his amazing packaging that he's been working on for his coffee brand. And I think he's got Bored Apes on a package. I'll let Breakfast tell us exactly what the packages look like, but just seeing the line of art is really going to bring a whole new audience to NFTs. You know, when they see these packages in the store, it's just incredible. And I know that he already has a successful coffee brand, so this was a conscious decision to change the packaging, and I'd like to hear a little bit about that from Breakfast.
Yeah. So a couple things just to point out is that we won't actually be in store, but we are shipping coffee to our NFT holders. And I actually don't own the coffee company. There's a coffee company that we partner with called Yes Please. Amazing third wave roaster that we've worked with for several years. And they're the coffee experts. We're really just kind of the branding e-commerce component. But we really wanted to do something interesting in this space, and not going too deep into what we're doing with the NFTs, but like on the packaging itself, we started with just the Bored Apes and Mutant Apes that we own personally, and just leveraging the rights to use those. But what we realized is that we could branch out to many of the other ape communities, and we've sort of become this, like, and I think you actually said it, and with the solidarity ape server in a way, where we're really looking at projects that allow us to utilize the IP rights, and then bringing them and using them on our packaging. So we did one with a doll. It's called Breakfast with Tiffany. We selected a specific doll that fit the profile of what we were going for from a brand perspective, but also what we were going for from a coffee blend tasting notes perspective. And put
She's
that on the
beautiful,
bag.
By the way. I mean, she really suits the brand and the name Breakfast with Tiffany. I want to tell you that's a very, very clever choice.
I actually don't want to take credit for that, because we were kind of talking and riffing back and forth as we were trying to decide which ape to put on the doll bag. And I think it was M that actually mentioned, like, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. So
nice.
From there, we started looking for apes that fit that profile, the high luxury, the pearls, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I think, like, to your point earlier, Gardner, like, with the IP rights and the importance of them, I think it really is how we're going to see a lot of innovation in this space. Because if projects don't give their IP rights, then those projects are beholden to just the internal team coming up with, like, innovative ways of utilizing that brand. Whereas when you open it up to the community, yeah, you might get some things that are, like, a little subpar and maybe not that great for the brand. But I think you're going to get a lot of really great ideas and interesting ways of utilizing the brand from the community. And it just, like, helps you grow that much more.
It was exactly our thought when we decided to take this conscious decision, and we really push and hope our community and would like to help them as well to use their asset, use their DAWs, and in whatever they think, if it's a brand or or a company or even a face or icon, I mean, we are here to help you, both from an artistic point of view and whatever brainstorming. So I really hope to see much more of these in the near future.
Yeah, exciting times for sure. And
so
I think,
yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to point out one more thing is, like, in our Discord, for example, we have a whole channel dedicated to what we've called ape licensing. And we're asking, like, just members of the different ape communities to post their ape there that they have the rights to. And then we're going to basically use that as our library for our blends of coffee moving forward, that we'll put them on the packaging. So if you have a DAW that you think would be a great barista for one of our packages, and I don't know if someone can throw up a link to some of the packages up there so you can see what we're talking about. But
yeah, I think
cool. If anyone has a DAW that they think would look great on a package, you can throw it in that channel. And then we've come up with this program where we're compensating people to utilize those rights in an ephemeral way. So it'll only be on the one package. We'll ship it one time, and then it's not like we're just going to leverage that for all of time. It's for that one shipment. You'll be compensated with some Ethereum, and then we're also going to mint that artwork as a derivative in a separate collection and send it to that NFT holder as a one of one. So they sort of have an NFT to commemorate the time that their DAW was on a package, for example.
That's cool.
And, to talk about kind of how valuable I want to talk about how valuable this is, because I think it goes often unrecognized how valuable having those IP rights can be, right? If you're in a project that develops to the point where it is a well-known brand, having a piece of that IP means you don't have to sell your NFT to make money off of it. You can go and license it to people to use, right? And get paid just because you have this valuable piece of IP. And that's something that I think is super cool.
Yes,
definitely.
Totally.
Right, like already we're seeing it with Board Breakfast and with Red Apes, where holders can do exactly that. They can essentially cast their DAW to be featured in the product of another holder and get paid for it and make money. And going forward, that's just going to continue to grow, and the opportunities will continue to come.
And I think it's great for the holder, but it's also great for, like, companies like ours, who it's like, we have the ability to create unique artwork for every release we have. And while we're doing that, we're bringing in new members of the community who may not have known who our brand was, but because of their affinity for dolls, for example, now they're going to give us some attention. So, like, it's really great as a company for us to be able to leverage these rights as well.
Cool. I have another question, because the way that we give the rights is basically on the blockchain. I mean, it's written in the NFT that the rights are giving. When someone gives you the license to use his NFT, is there any contract in place? Because I know, NFT spaces, everything is by PFPs and so on. How is it being practically done?
Right. So right now, for the first 4 blends, we are using our own assets that we own. And our DAW, for example, I think is set up for blend number 6, if I'm not mistaken. And then blend number 5 is one that we partnered with someone to license their asset. And we've currently got a legal team working on that contract right now. And it was a really interesting conversation, actually sitting down with them to say, all right, we need you to write a contract. On one side of the contract is us. On the other side is an anonymous person and a string of digits and letters, right? And so
I'm sure their first reaction was, are you serious?
So they are working on that right now, and they're confident that we'll be able to figure it out, especially because we're going to have some type of a trail with the provenance. And that's actually one of the reasons that we are issuing a unique one-off NFT after that contract is executed. So the idea is that we'll have a very simple, easy-to-follow contract that you'll be able to come to our website, connect your wallet, verify that you do in fact own that, and then sign that contract with your wallet, at which point we'll issue you an NFT. And in that NFT, there will be information about us leveraging the rights of that individual doll or Bored Ape or whatever it might be for that specific time period, right? So one of the big things here is that, we're not going to ask somebody to lock their asset up in escrow or anything like that. And we don't plan on leveraging these on a long-term basis. We're planning on leveraging them for a short amount of time, right? So we have people come that can claim their coffee as an NFT holder. Once they claim that coffee, we're going to ship that blend out, and then you won't see that bag again, right? That blend is a one-time blend executed by Yes Please Coffee. That package is a one-time package, and then we'll move on to the next one. And that's really one of the things that Yes Please is really well known for, is they do these really great, unique blends. They have this whole tasting and cupping process that they go through. So each release is a unique coffee blend, but it'll be a unique package, so that when we are doing these contracts, we're not asking, hey, let us use this for anything we want forever. We're only using this, we're shipping it once, you get an NFT, and then we're done, and you're free to do whatever you want.
That's amazing. I mean, Web3 is wow. I mean, what we can achieve with that is unbelievable.
Right, I picture just the evolution of NFTs in the years coming forward being a lot more things like this. Imagine even if your Netflix subscription, instead of just paying by the month, you held some sort of NFT, and that's giving you access. And when you're tired of your subscription, you can sell it to someone else. I mean, there's so much just potential and utility in NFT going forward for these types of things, and to use the funds to just propel ideas going forward. It's fascinating.
Yeah, the subscription thing is really fascinating to me because, there's never been a way to kind of resell a subscription. And when you think about it, the value of a subscription is everything you get moving forward. Yet you've already extracted so much value from the past. So if you sit on, if you hold one of our NFTs, for example, and you're getting free coffee for the next 2 years, and then you want to sell that NFT, our hope is that NFT is appreciated in value. But at the very least, if you sell that NFT, you've just gotten free coffee for 2 years, and now someone else picks up that torch and continues to run with it.
Yeah, I think that's something that's really interesting about what you guys have done, and really requires, I think, a lot of us who were early in this space to kind of shift our perspective as to how we think about buying an NFT, right? Because initially, you buy an NFT and you expect the price to go up, right? But with what you guys are doing, I calculated the numbers in my head because that's what I do, and with the amount of coffee that I drink, if I hold your NFT for a year, I end up saving money, right, on the coffee that I buy.
For sure. And
I barely drink a lot of coffee.
You do drink a lot of coffee. But yeah.
And I don't want to oversell it, but Yes Please, I've been drinking their coffee for a few years now, and it's not just any old coffee. Their coffee is premium coffee, so yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, but I think it just speaks to how much this space can and is developing to do really new things, and how we're all going to have to shift our perspective along with it. And I think that's really cool and fascinating.
Right, the utility is ever evolving. It's just, there's so many different ways for NFTs to become part of our lifestyle, and it's really just interesting to see it change so quickly.
Yeah, and I think they will, and I think it'll become pretty ubiquitous and sort of in the background of a lot of our everyday transactions, from ticketing to subscription services to e-commerce and direct-to-consumer plays. I think that this technology is actually being underutilized right now, and I think projects like DAW, for example, are sort of the pioneers in really bringing this IP on chain and really bringing community together. And the future with more tangible goods and the transition over to the more physical world is going to be a really interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the things that we planned as a goal from the beginning is to really be a bridge between this digital and the physical space, bringing NFTs into real world utilization is something that has been really important to us. And to that point, with the IP and everything, we have, future plans to make it easy for our holders also to get recognition for and attention to the things that they create using their IP. So if a holder starts a business, we want to support them. And that is also like a huge benefit in my opinion, right? Starting a business is hard. It is hard freaking work. And if you get a leg up in any way, like that's a big deal.
You have a team behind you.
And I
exactly.
would even say beyond just the team you have behind you, you've got the community behind you. And like,
that's correct.
Starting any type of business, like as you said, is difficult to get the eyeballs and to get people to pay attention. But when you leverage something like this, like right off the bat, you've got a captive audience of other people that are like-minded and in the same like kind of boat as you are, because you're in the same NFT community together. And so if you start something and you're leveraging something that they actually feel like there's some level of ownership over because they're in the same community with you, then you've already got 10,000 captive eyeballs just to start, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's the exposure nowadays through those communities, different ones, because each person is not only in one community but in a few. So I think that the exposure for these kind of people that uses their IP and assets is amazing.
Yeah, and coming back to the fact that doing these things, if you do something like this and you have the welcoming and the supporting community behind you, instead of what I would say is normally like starting a business where it's quite a lonely journey at the beginning if you don't have many people that support you, and sometimes, especially with how early on we are in the broader picture with this entire space, crypto, DeFi, NFTs, all of this stuff, a lot of people it's still kind of frowned upon a little bit, and sometimes it's very lonely if you're trying to embark on a journey within this space, and you don't have some support behind you, such as a community and people who understand this space and would back you in something like that.
Yes, and it's our common interest of everyone, the entire people within the community, to push one another, help one another to achieve both individual and common goals. So that's amazing. I can also share with you that I had a very good meeting last week with a very pioneering, or let's say a startup company. They're more than a startup, but they're since they're so innovative. I mean, it's a fragrance and let's say cosmetics company that we are speaking with, and we are working. I mean, they totally get this IP thing, and we are working towards like a trial to see something. We will release it in the very, very soon. Hopefully, we will have her on board, one of the leaders in the company on Spaces next week. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really I did try the product. It's amazing, and I'm sure that everyone within the community will really be excited to try it on as well. So looking forward to share with you a bit more about that.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a really unique one, isn't it? Something, as we've always said, never seen before.
It's something very, very special. We thought about a concept together. It's a trial, and as soon as it will succeed, they will take it forward, and it's very, very cool. Believe me.
Yeah, looking forward to sharing that.
I had one more quick question for Board Breakfast. I saw just sort of on your site something about there being like a retail store also online. So I know you said not physical stores, but will there be a place for people to go buy additional flavors of the coffee? Let's say they get something they really love, a certain blend.
Yeah, so each blend is going to only be available for a limited amount of time, and that's just really the way that Yes Please does their blends, right? They work really hard to create something special based on the best beans that they could source at that particular time. They release that blend, and then they do it again, and they do that week in and week out in their normal business, and we're basically going to be doing that for the Board Breakfast Club subscription as well, with them as our roaster. In regards to being able to buy the blends on our website, we've developed something that we call the Community Coffee Wallet. And the Community Coffee Wallet is really how we get this Web3 subscription to work. So we've got a royalty on secondary market sales on our NFT, and those royalties flow into that Community Coffee Wallet. But we wanted to make sure that there were other ways of funding that Community Coffee Wallet as well, because our primary goal is to become a Web3 coffee subscription company. And the way that we would do that is with each release, our plan is to basically create a handful of extra bags. And we're still working out the exact details on how we're going to roll this out. But our thinking is, and I'll just use this hypothetically as an example, we do like 2,500 extra bags. So we ship 10,000 bags to our holders. We do 2,500 extra bags, make them available on our e-commerce site. We open that up for like a 24-hour period only to NFT holders. So when those NFT holders come to our site, they verify, they have access to then buy additional bags if they want to get extra coffee, for example. After that 24-hour period, we'll open it up to the general public, and anyone then can come on, use their credit card like they normally would in any e-commerce environment, and buy a bag of that coffee. Then a portion of the profits from all of those coffee sales will then also flow back into that Community Coffee Wallet, all with the idea that when that Community Coffee Wallet hits a certain threshold and allows us to ship another free blend to all of our holders, we will. And our primary goal is to just get that wheel turning so that everybody can get free coffee on a consistent cadence moving forward.
That's brilliant.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really unique what you guys have done, and I'm excited to see where it goes and, who starts doing this more. I did get a message with a question, and the question is, how do you approach companies with your NFTs? Is there an interest from certain companies in partnering with you, or do you need to educate them about what NFTs are, or what about NFTs, what they are, how they can be used, that sort of thing?
Yeah, is that a question?
I think that's a question for Gardner.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure. Can you come again about with the question?
So the question is, how do we approach companies regarding partnering with us? Are some of them coming to us because they're already interested in NFTs, or are we mostly like educating them on what NFTs are, how we're using them, and whatnot?
Okay, so I'll tell you. The way that I've approached it right now is using our connections within the business world in order to approach companies that we know the owners of, in order to cut all the so it won't be like a cold call, and we don't just send an email and say, hey, we want to collaborate, because in today's world, companies, although big companies did jump into the water and entered the NFT space, but most of these companies, the biggest companies, they have boards, and those boards are, they are being managed in the old way, if I can say that, and everything takes time. So in order to expedite things, although these expediting things take time as well, but in order to expedite it, we do approach the senior management or owners of the companies that we want to work with, that think that will, be fit or suit our brand, and then we move from there. I can also tell you that there were companies that did approach us because we started spreading the word. So we do speak with a few companies that approached us as well. and because they see our uniqueness within the NFT space, both from the female figure and the way that we communicate our goals and strategy, and also our values, which to most companies, this is something which is very, very important. So first of all, I'm glad that they do see that. I mean, because all of us do a lot of hard work by communicating correctly outside to the world. So I think it's both of our private connections and companies who approach us because they see our activity within the space and also in the business world.
Yeah, I think it's interesting what you said about, expediting the whole situation, and also how important it is for them to, we could have the coolest NFT in the world and the prettiest art in the world, but if they meet us and they don't like us, right?
Me too, you mean?
Oh, if they meet, when you're speaking to someone, the personal relationship in these things is so important.
Yes.
And it's been really great to, know that we're being perceived the way that we want to be perceived.
Yes,
and
totally.
For, the people and the values that we have, as the members of the team, to have that be recognized is really nice.
Totally. I think it's also about respect, about understanding who you are, who's sitting in front of you. I mean, what can you bring to the table and what can you ask and cannot ask. So it's a process, but we try to do it as fast as possible. And I think we are on a good path.
Yeah, so now I'd love to open up the floor for anyone to come up and speak. If you guys have any questions about, what you can and can't do, or you just want to share about like the cool stuff that you're doing with your IP, come on up and we want to hear from you.
While people come up, I have one quick question for Board Breakfast while we get everyone up here. So I have all these ideas of how I can picture utilizing my DAW for different businesses and different products. I'd like to know from you how you, what would someone do if they, for example, have this idea in their head that they want to, try to brand something out there with their DAW? How did you get started and get connected with Yes Please? And how did you make that happen?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. I think for our unique case, I own a digital branding and design studio with a team, and that's what we do. We do branding, and so we've actually worked with Yes Please since their inception, helped them get off the ground, and so we've got a really great relationship with them. So for us, that was sort of a no-brainer to be able to be like, oh, let's work with Yes Please on this, right? And one of the things that I would say is, like, if you are interested in starting something like that, don't try to go it alone, I would say, because there are a lot of people that are really good at their craft, and whether it's coffee or whether it's a fragrance or whether it's a whatever, somebody is really good at doing that. And if you can create those partnerships and relationships to leverage their experience and their expertise while you use your experience and expertise, and in my case, it was the branding and e-commerce component, then things move a lot faster. Like, we came up with this idea, I think it was in early August, and here we are 4 months later, launching a brand, launching a business, etc. So I would say try to just partner up with the right people that are really good at their craft and focus on what you're really good at. And if you do that, you'll move a lot faster, you'll be a lot more efficient, and I think you'll go a lot further.
That's a great point. Like, a great reminder that we don't have to necessarily do it all. We can collaborate and come together with somebody who's maybe already doing it, but wants to reach a new market. It looks like we have a question.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wolf?
Yeah, it's more of a comment than a question, and thank you again for allowing me to come up. I just wanted to say with this board breakfast, this is the first time with an NFT that I wasn't even looking at or thinking about, the art, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And I love that you chose to do banners too. But it was just right away what caught my interest, obviously, was the utility and the service that's being provided. And just in general, specifically for this, I'm a big coffee drinker and I'm very excited. But in general, I would really like to encourage anybody else moving forward with NFTs to be, that I think it's a really awesome thing is to right away have some kind of service or utility. And that alone could be what's, going to drive and sell and bring value to this, space and make people interested and make you stand up apart from everything else that's out there. Because we have tons of art out there with promises of, a utility and service later. But this is the first time it's right away, there's going to be a utility and a service that we get from this. And that's what made me so excited and thankful for this.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. I think a lot of the utilities that we have, a lot of, NFT have planned are stuff that take a long time to get going. And it can be difficult to find utilities that you can get out really quick and are also stuff that people actually want. And we've been talking about that a lot as a team recently. So Gardner, I don't know if you want to share some of what we have planned or not.
Yes, of course. So there are a few things I can tell you that we have been, listening and exploring different things that we have heard from the community. Of course, we have our because I come from the business world, I see a lot of benefits to explore collaborations within the, in real life companies and so on. But of course, I do see the importance of being in the, I won't say metaverse yet, but it's more, the internet space and gaming and so on. So it's a bit of both. So we are exploring different things from tokenomics and even our own DAW ecosystem. I did have a very good meeting with a very well-known advising company that advises one of the best, most well-known NFT projects to date about tokenomics and own ecosystem. They're working on their own token. And so I did explore it with them. It was only the first meeting, but we do continue to explore this path. There are a lot of issues, and you must do it correctly from a securities and exchange position. Not to be categorized as a security, because the SEC is already looking on NFTs and want to call them securities. So. When it's tokens and your own ecosystem, you're falling to this more easily. So they have their own way of advising how to build it correctly. So, and of course, this is something that we continue to explore. Also, what we have, I had a very good meeting with two companies that advise and build the staking parts for NFTs. So we're exploring that as well. So everything about this rewards or ROI is also something that we are on it. I can also tell you that we discussed when looking on the metaverse is metaverse wearables, which is something that we can implement rather quickly. So it's something that we're working on. So different things. We're trying to balance both the long-term goals of in real life benefits and collaborations with short and long-term goals within the online space as well. If this is what you meant.
Yeah, definitely. And I think some of the community will be rather excited to hear that we're going to be producing some of these things.
Yes.
And, you know, it would be so awesome, right, if we were able to just be like, hey, everyone gets, some ETH every month as a dividend, but we can't do that because, the SEC wants any reason to say that we're a security, right? So, you do have to be very creative and very careful in what you give back and how you give back to your community.
It needs to be correct.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, let's be real and honest here. With the rise of decentralized finance and doing these sorts of things comes big money and smart money and banks and regulation. So, having to be more and more secure in this space is becoming a priority.
And if we're being...
Let alone with the scams and stuff, on a bigger level as a company.
Yeah, and if we're being totally honest, I think there are a number of NFT projects that are not going to be around in a year or two because they haven't been careful about this. And, it's going to be a problem. So, I think it's important for our community to know and appreciate the fact that we are really trying to protect their investment as best we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would just like to just quickly, I think there's a lot of people probably want to ask questions after what has been mentioned, but also, as has always been the case, I just want to follow on from what Gardner has said there and just say that it has been brought to our attention through the ideas and feedback section within our Discord and through direct messages and emails and a number of different communications to the team and to the Gardner and to everyone involved about these sorts of things and whether we are doing these sorts of things and whether we're even looking at these sorts of ideas and opportunities. And I just want to say, if it wasn't clear with what Gardner has said there, then I want to make it clear that we are looking at these suggestions and the constant evolvement of the space. And I just, I want to say that we hear and we look at these ideas and feedback and discuss them collectively as best as we can. So, I just wanted to follow on there from what Gardner said. And we do hear the mentions about tokenomics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to feel as though their wishes and whatnot are being, are falling on deaf ears at all, because they are certainly not. I think Go for NFT has had their hand up for a while, so we should let them speak.
Thanks, guys. Evening from the UK. Firstly, just like to say thank you for letting me speak on the spaces this evening. I've just got two comments or two quick things, if that's okay. Firstly, first one goes to Board Breakfast. Well done on the pre-sale mint yesterday. I managed to mint myself one of your banners, so thank you very much for including me in the mint. My question to you is there a way that we can, so I own a DAW, is there any way that we can go through you and get DAW on some of the coffee that we get sent out to us as owners? Is that something that we can, I mean, I've not been in the space as long, so I might have missed it if it's been already said. So I'm not sure how that's going to work if we're a DAW holder. Yeah. Can we get our DAW on your coffee? And just before you answer, I'm sorry, just so I can get my second thing out and then I'll be quiet. The second thing is, what happens if like a random company or business or project somewhere uses your NFT image as on their product without asking you beforehand? What happens in that situation? So those are my two little questions to Board Breakfast and to the wider Desperate Apewives team. But thanks, guys.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you for supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. And to answer your question about getting your DAW on a bag, we do have a channel set up in our Discord. It's called Ape Licensing. We're just asking everyone that's interested in seeing their asset on a future blends bag to post it there. And we're basically using that as a team, as our library, so that each time we do a new blend, based on the story that we're telling with that blend, based on the tasting notes and things like that of that blend, we're going to come up with a theme for that blend. And then we're going to go through that library. We're going to find the assets that help tell that story. So if you're interested in seeing yours on a bag, post a picture of it in that channel there. And then we'll have a chance to do it, a chance to put it on the bag. I think the other thing that we're potentially looking at is opening it up to the community in the future so that we can do voting and things like that as well. Regarding your second question, I can maybe just opine a little bit and then maybe hand it over to someone else. But I would say if you see someone else using your asset, I mean, you have the rights to that. So I think it's all within your, it's sort of your responsibility to go after that person and it just kind of depends on how much you want to pursue that, but you have the rights. So if they are using it without your permission, I'd do something about it.
Cool. Thanks for answering that question. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, if someone is using your IP, just like with any IP that you have the rights over, you can pursue legal action.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Mm-hmm. Thanks for all.
Thank you.
Over the questions and thanks for all the hard work that you've put in the last few months. I've been here since the day one of Min, and I'm looking forward to what 2022 has involved, and hopefully, all going well, that's if I manage to get a ticket, I can meet or join some of you guys at the London UK party that's coming up. So fingers crossed.
100%. Looking forward to that.
And thank you for being one of, our loyal DAW family members. We love you guys.
Thanks, team.
And thanks for the reminder. That's a good point. If you are planning to go to the London event, make sure that you sign up through the form on the Discord, the DAW Discord page. So for anyone who hasn't done it yet, please go do that.
When is the event?
February.
So because of COVID, we haven't been able to set an exact date yet. It's completely out of our control,
Understood. Yeah.
So we are leaving the sign-up open until after we have announced the date. So if you want to go, sign up. If it turns out when we announce the date that you are not able to attend, that's fine. Sign up anyway, just so we know who's interested, and then we'll be able to go through the list and confirm that you're going to be there.
Yeah, just to back that up, from a UK perspective, the COVID situation in the UK right now is just chopping and changing all the time. So it's so unpredictable, and that is the main problem.
We do have the location set. It will be at the Beat nightclub in London. So the details are all there, and we're just finalizing the date.
Cool. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any IP questions or ideas and projects?
We have more people on as a speaker.
Yeah, I think Crypto.
Yes, hi.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I've been in the project since Mint, but I haven't had a lot of opportunities to talk with you guys and meet everybody, and I've so enjoyed getting to know everybody on Twitter, and it's so fun to see all the new DAWs pop up. I don't think I can even follow them fast enough. So my question was about the coffee specifically and merchandising, and you may have already, some ideas for this in the merch store with DAW, but would there be an opportunity, or do you see any, potential to be able to get your, a coffee mug with your DAW on it if you were featured in that line, or even if you weren't, just to get your DAW on there? That would be so neat to have a, permanent memento of that.
Totally. And I love the idea. I think, we haven't really considered actually leveraging other people's rights on merchandise because it takes it out of that ephemeral nature that we're going for with the individual coffee releases. However, that doesn't mean we can't partner with someone else out there to print those on an on-demand basis, whereas you, the NFT holder, will be able to maybe potentially upload your asset, and perhaps we can do something fun by putting it on a mug for you within like our barista setting or something like that. And we've actually
what you can do, so I won't forget about that. What you can do is actually made a limited edition. So it's like sending this one batch of coffee. You have one batch of 50 or 100 mugs or whatever. Just an idea.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
I
think I appreciate the idea, and I think you might see something like that in the future. But yeah, we're focused on getting this subscription rolling, and then we'll turn our attention to some of that kind of stuff. But I love the idea and the thinking.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. I love your project. It's I love the artwork, but then when I saw the coffee, I was in. Just gonna find my perfect match, and I'll be an owner.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
So we have Jab.
Hello. How are you all beautiful people doing today?
We're awesome.
Hello.
All right. So honestly, I just joined. It's my first time seeing this NFT project. Looks amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Pretty lit. I've had a couple right now, but I think it's a beautiful idea. You know, everyone needs a desperate housewife, desperate apewives. One question for me, I don't know if it's been announced or anything, but will apewives ever be able to have some baby monkeys with some bored apes out there?
That's a question that was repeated a lot in the past. So we will, and actually I wanted to get to that. We will have our second collection. We are working on it as we speak, and it will come during 2022. We don't want to drop it too soon. You know, it needs to be in the right timing to get the right momentum and the right push for the entire brand. So just to sum it up, yes, we're working on it. It will come, and it will come the right time for everyone.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Thanks.
Yep.
Who else do we have here?
I just wanted to say on the note of I think it's being spoken about a lot. You know, this whole breeding function and everything. I personally feel now that the market is you know, like quite saturated with that sort of thing. You know, and it's gonna get time it's gonna be about time soon, as we know with the space how quickly it moves, that there's gonna be something else that's gonna take it by storm. You know, and yeah, I feel like the market's quite saturated with these sort of, you know, mutants and kids, and it's time for something with a bang.
It's about to have something cool, something to so we'll be able to make our community bigger. But I can tell you with that, I mean, in a way, around that I mean, it's not a secret that tomorrow I have a meeting with Coinbase about because they are opening their own NFT marketplace. So that will be huge for the entire NFT space when such a giant exchange is coming in with all their users and wallets. So I'm really looking forward to that, and of course I will update everyone as soon as after the meeting. So I think that the exposure would be really, really nice. I think that we have another few speakers before that. I just want to say, just to recap about the artist collaboration that we've announced a few days ago. We got great candidates, great emails, and the team is working and going through everyone. And so it will take a bit of time, but we will get back to you, and we believe that we will find the right candidates to start with. So, I mean, if there are more members from our community that want to collaborate, or maybe people from outside the community, please share with us, your profiles, so we can get in contact with you. This is about that. And Kate, Gabe, if there is anyone that has a question or that you brought up, feel free to let him speak.
Yeah, I think Bluesy, you were trying to come up for a while earlier, but Twitter was not being friendly. Yeah, Bluesy's here. Also, I want to acknowledge Georgia, our resident party animal, is here. Hi, girl.
Hi,
Good morning. I'm all the way in Australia partying right now.
Wow.
It's 7 a.m. and so that's why I sound really croaky, but I just want to come and hang with my Desperate Apewives.
How are you?
Yes, Georgia.
We always love to have you.
How am I? I'm extremely hungover, but I'm having a good time.
So, how was it yesterday? It was a good party?
It was a good party. It was actually a friend's birthday party yesterday, so I was not working. I was letting my hair down.
Nice.
And
a bit of
I
a
took my
Sunday
bucket
fun
hat
day.
off. It was a Sunday fun day, exactly.
Amazing, amazing.
But I'm excited to hear about all the new things that the Desperate Apewives are up to.
Yes, we're working hard.
I hear that. Very, very excited.
Amazing to have you here, actually.
It's amazing to be here.
Last time you were on, Georgia, I think we were talking about the the Enakim scooters and everything. So it reminds me to tell everyone that the contest for a giveaway scooter is actually up right now. So if you haven't done it yet, be sure to go check out the rules that we have in our Discord and post a picture of yourself somewhere out and about with your DAW. So kind of like how Elijah did in his amazing video that we all love. If you can print your DAW, amazing. If you can't, use your iPad, use a screen, use something, and get a photo of yourself out somewhere cool near where you live, or even at home if you aren't going out right now. And let's see a picture of you with your DAW. And we're going to pick somebody to get one of those new custom Enakim DAW scooters.
You know, I just pinned one here in the on the top. I mean, we got some really, really cool posts and tweets from members, so it's amazing to see how they actually, going to Disney or whatever. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
it's fun seeing everyone out.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was a really good idea, Kate. I think it was your idea, no?
Yeah, I think it will be really fun just to see everybody and see different parts of the world. We have people from literally everywhere in our community.
Totally.
And I thought this would be a great chance to get to know each other better and see each other at some of our favorite landmarks.
Yes, totally.
Right.
So,
all right, let's let Lucy speak.
I just wanted to say what's up, guys. What is up?
What's up?
Hi,
Hey, Lucy.
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Lucy, you should come up and host the spaces with your voice. You sound like a radio person. Yeah. So
Hi, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
Lucy will host our music spaces.
Yes. Bluesy, you being here reminds me of another pretty cool thing that people are doing with their IP. I've talked to several musicians in the community who are, planning on using their DAW as, the face of their music going forward, and making their DAW into this character and this, singer, or music, rock star or whatever. And I think that's super, it's super cool, especially, as we are developing this hologram technology that's really impressive. Can you imagine going to a concert and you're just watching a concert of, the Desperate Apewives, band? It'd be crazy.
Totally.
And I totally see it happening.
It's funny that you bring it up because I'm here's the only problem I'm having with it. I'm not a female. so it's if I'm going to sing this thing, because I'm not a great singer. I'm a really good guitar player. I mean, I could sing okay in certain genres and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to figure out if do I get a singer? I mean, that's why I hit you up. But I'm trying to get to just do this the female vocals on it on what I want to have done. So that's where I'm really stuck. And not only that, I don't want it to be just a video of just the DAW sitting there stale. Like, just
right.
I want it to move. I want it to be animated, but that's why I kind of want to, if anyone knows that's on this call or here's the recording, if we're recording this, if you guys know anyone that can, like, animate it, like, it doesn't have to be fully animated, like the whole body, but maybe the head movement. I mean, there's apps and stuff, but they look really, like, retarded.
Right. You
Like,
want someone who's going to be able to do some quality work.
But yeah, it just doesn't really look, it just doesn't look right. Like, I tried it, the quality stinks, and it just, like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to be spreading that all over Twitter. I want something more quality. I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, a fully animated body or something like that. It's just, like, I want it to move, the mouth to open, and kind of sing, you know what I'm saying?
So we actually have a DAW community member who does animation, 1111. I don't know if he's on now, but he's directed a bunch of animated movies, and I think there's a lot of connections within our community.
Like, if we can make it like happen, like really, like I just like, because we got the awesome house music and stuff like that. I think if we could add like, because like I said, I'm a blues and soul guy, so funky rock, whatever. But like I'm more of like the blues and soul guy. So like just having one that like on that and that section. I mean, we also have the guy was Elijah. He did some awesome like R&B rap thing, which was awesome. So you have different types of genres and everything in this. So it's pretty cool. So I'm just kind of working on like how could I even get the guitar to work with her.
So I must tell you about that. I had a meeting with a company, and what they do, they take figures like the DAWs. They 3D. They make it in a 3D, and then they even did one for Boss Baby, which is a Hollywood movie.
Oh my gosh! I just have to interrupt you real quick. Boss Baby. I know it's for kids. Whatever. It is one of my favorite freaking animated movies and series ever. I love Boss Baby.
Yeah, my kids love it.
So I want to tell you, so what they did is you can use the Boss Baby character to say basically whatever you want. And it seems as if he's saying it. You can use your voice, you can use another voice, you can use, and it's on a platform. I will share this, and I've been actually speaking with them to make this viable to the Desperate Apewives. Of course, they say that it is a problem not a problem, it's a very long process to make this for 10,000 characters, but they're looking into it, and I hope to hear from them sooner.
That would be golden. That would be awesome.
So then you will be able to imagine that you can write the song to this character, your DAW, and she's singing it, and you can choose whatever voice you want.
See, that's amazing. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I've tried it and like different things, and it just looked really weird. So, like, if they could have something where it's like a little bit more,
so let me check that. Maybe I can connect you to them, and maybe they can make something special for you. I'll work on that.
Yeah, see?
That'd be bad.
That's super cool.
This is how we support.
Yeah.
Look, it'll be
guys, I have a crazy idea. Yeah. Right, so I don't know if you guys ever seen, like, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I don't know if you guys ever seen, like, those chains that have, like, the digital NFT on it. Since these are Desperate Wives, imagine having, like, a engagement ring with the screen of the NFT on there. That would be beautiful.
That's cool.
Like a necklace with a little screen on it. That would be cool.
I've actually seen people selling like the Apple Watch screens, but reconfigured into all other kinds of jewelry, so that they are just wearing their NFTs around, not just on their watch, but like they've turned it into necklaces and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a number of wearables that you can do like that in the future.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see how that develops. Speaking of wearables, we have Gigi that wants to come up. And so if someone's finished speaking and they'd like to let her come up.
I'm going to jump in right now.
All right. Love you, Georgia.
I love you too. I might be back.
Bye,
Jojo.
Jojo.
I gotta jet for a minute. Bye, guys.
Sounds good. Bye. I think we had Tyler. You want to speak?
Yeah, so for the Board Breakfast Club, obviously the pre-sale ends today. What I saw was like about 2,500 pre-sale mints. Is that like right on track for what you guys were thinking before you guys launched the pre-sale?
Yeah, I think it's going really well. We've got I think 2,900 people that were cleared to pre-sale, and it looks like we've got 1.2K on owners and about almost 16 hours to go or whatever it is till 9 o'clock tonight. So I feel good. I feel like we're on track, and
which,
really proud
by the way, I was going to go mint another one, and gas was, like, so outrageous that I was like, I'll just wait.
Totally. I think a lot of people are waiting right now. We're seeing a lot of people messaging and things like that, and I think, the team's done a really good job of optimizing the contract to bring those gas fees down, but there's still, you can't do it all.
There's no beating 300 Gwei.
For sure.
Media Monkey, let's hear what you have to say.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks very much. Great to meet you all. I've been in Desperate Apewives since Mint. It's been a fantastic project. I just wanted to reach out to you guys and say I'm an animator. I'd love to help.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yo, what's that? Who said that? Media, right?
Media Monkey. That's me. Media Monkey. Media Monkey is the name of my company. I'm actually going to rebrand. Well, not rebrand, but change all the colouring to be pumpkin over the course of this year. So
I wonder why.
Yeah. We're already very pink, so it'd be quite nice to sort of, make it all a bit Desperate Apewife. That would be quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really, really it.
Did we speak on Instagram by any chance?
Potentially. I can't remember.
Okay. Nice, but nice to know that you're here, so we'll definitely be in touch. I also want to say that I pinned the Boss Baby, what I've been talking about, the way that you can animate him, so you can see it on my tweet. I just tweeted about it. It's very, very cool.
That'd be great. I'll definitely check that out. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
This is crazy. I'm just going to jump in here and quickly say, what a coincidence. Exeter is about 20 minutes down the road from me.
Hey, nice one. Whereabouts are you guys then? Plymouth?
No, up the road a bit more. Towards
Taunton.
Bristol.
Nice.
That's crazy. The world is so small. It's meeting people from, first of all, the amount of people that we have from all over the world, and then it's crazy. You can be in a community and then you can speak to people who literally live half an hour down the road or up the road from you as well. Unbelievable.
Even crazier than that, the other day, Board Breakfast and I realized we used to live 2 buildings away from each other. We were literally neighbors.
Wild. Yep.
I know, it's crazy. And we found it out in the DAW General chat, so if you chat with us, you never know what you'll find out and meet new people.
Yeah, it's funny how, our community is so international. We're all over the place, and yet, there are people that you would have never expected that were here. You're like, oh, I could have met you, probably.
Right. He's like, I used to walk my dog in front of your place all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Gigi, let's hear you.
One of our youngest stars.
Hi there. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Hi, everybody. I'm really glad to be here, and I just wanted to say something real quick to you, Bluesy. I know there's a lot of people on here who are animators and are able to help you. I also have a friend who's 18 years old, and she just got a DAW, and she has sometimes animated a few things, so I don't know. Maybe you want to reach out to her. Maybe she could help you out a bit.
Awesome. Thank you so much. See, that's how it works. Just ask, and we have the whole community there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll reach out. I'll follow you. Just hit me up, and then maybe send me her way.
I'll DM you her Twitter.
Wait, you're 14?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Well, yeah, I'm thankful to be here, and I'm actually really excited to be part of this community, mainly because I get to explore my new interest and passion of fashion design and incorporate it into this world, which I'm super excited for. And I also am glad we're discussing IP rights and that sort of thing, because I think the concept that if you own an NFT, you have that it's your code, nobody else has that specific code, so you can really use it for anything. And I thought the idea of a Netflix subscription, if you own an NFT, and then you can just keep it for that whole time, and if you get tired of it, sell it. Things like that really excite me, and I'm so happy that new generations, not just millennials or Gen Z, but also people in their elders or even young kids like me can be part of this community, especially with the Red Ape Fam thing that's happening and how it's getting brought onto TV. I just think it's really cool. So thank you for the whole...
It's unbelievable that you're 14. I'm just shocked, to be honest, to hear you speak.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
No, it's just wow.
I went to a profile to follow her, and then it says 14-year-old Meta. I was like, what?
No, the way that you speak and articulate, that's amazing. Well done. I'm really proud to have you as a member of our community.
Oh, well, thank you. I've really got to hand it over to my godmother. I've mentioned her a few times, but the Rare Bird, she's a Neo-Tokyo citizen. Rare Bird is her name, and she has... introduced me to first the crypto world, then she started get NFTs, and all I've had to do is follow what she says. She suggested DAW Apewives to me and my friends a while ago, and I finally was gifted one, and I'm just really excited, and I've got to hand it over to her son because she's the awesome.
Thank her. Amazing.
Gigi, so are a lot of your friends into NFTs?
I actually live with a group of people, so I have some older friends who could be my friends' parents or just different people that I work with that they have DAWs. So yeah, a lot of people around me do, and a few of my friends like Elena, the 18-year-old who I was talking to you about, she has one. My dad has one. Some of my other friends, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, what a space we are in.
It's crazy. You can come into the space at any point. Young, other side of the world, not much of an internet connection all week, working away on your phone, and no matter what age you are, no matter where you're from, there's no space like it, to be honest.
And I think that's something that's so special for people like Gigi who are young, budding. Gigi, you're a budding entrepreneur. I see it. And
totally.
In this day and age where, we are so much more isolated from one another, finding good mentors is hard. I remember when I was her age, and, that was before, we were as digital as we are now. I mean, I'm not that old, but, when I was her age, just trying to find a mentor to ask questions to and get advice was hard. It was really, really hard. And so for a young person, being part of a community like this, where you have really some really successful people in all different fields that you can ask for advice and, seek their opinions is really special.
And I'm really proud to see how the community's embraced Gigi too.
We're all here to help you.
She's been in Discord.
I really enjoyed general chat in Discord. Obviously, I go there every day, and I'm really thankful for you guys, and also thankful to my mentor. I talked about her, my godmother, so I'm really grateful to be in here.
That's so cool. It's awesome.
Totally. So, guys, what else do we have on our agenda?
Didn't you say? Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't know because I remember it was on the. You said you have like a meetup with. Am I getting that right? Because I kind of like missed that. I guess I was doing this holiday thing and I was kind of taking a break because, like I said, I needed it. But the Coinbase. I know you said you have some kind of meetup talks with them.
Yes. I have a scheduled meeting with them, a Zoom meeting, of course.
Yeah.
I approached them a few weeks back to discuss listing our collection on Coinbase. So it's happening tomorrow.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, good luck with it.
Thank you.
I think we've been on it for a while, but I think we have one more order of business to address, and it's kind of something special for everyone who has joined us here today. Kate, do you want to tell them what we have planned as soon as we're off of the spaces?
We wanted to do a fun little giveaway right now, so I was hoping to see Rich Class Decor here, but Rich Class Decor has been recovering. So everyone make sure to give well wishes to Rich Class. But we have some of the purses that we're going to be utilizing for giveaways. And we'd like to give away one right now. So in Discord, we're going to set up the giveaway bot. So everyone that's listening, go on over to Discord and follow the commands. We're only going to have it open for about 15 minutes, I think. Yeah, so that someone who is listening to Spaces today will have a chance to win one.
All right.
And it's an amazing thing, actually. I mean, it was really high quality the way that he did it, and I think it's going to be... I'm just going to post it here so everybody can see. Because, I mean, I know...
They're absolutely beautiful.
Not for myself, but yeah.
I can't wait to get one. I need it.
I just want to say, if you want to go and check it out, the giveaway is set up in the Discord right now as we speak. There's a picture there of the lovely purse as well. Maybe Gardner can get one pinned too.
Yes, and it'll be going live as soon as we close out here. So if there's
Which icon do they need to select, Mr. Gabe? Can they select anything, or is there a specific one?
It will be...
it's above the
self-explanatory. It's just the party hat.
There's a little...
there we go. Sorry, I was looking at your other post.
Yeah, it's right above that, because I kind of got confused for a second, but it's above the picture. So if people are like looking at it, I'm in there now, and if you look at the...
Oh, it's right, going up. 100 already entered.
Yeah, sorry, just to be clear, it's
live
little
now, okay.
pink party emoji in the Discord that you react to, but it seems to be working cool. And we'll be announcing that, as it says, in about 12 minutes, so yeah.
And so for anyone that isn't, active on Discord, we are going to be doing merch giveaways. We have more of these purses to give away, and I think you'll see a lot more giveaways in the coming months. So stay tuned.
Yes, we have a lot of stuff. So. And they're not going to all be Discord giveaways. Some of them will be more open or, based on doing some fun stuff. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to give you guys. So we're excited to share. If no one else has any questions, I think we can all head back over to Discord and hang out with each other there for a bit.
Yeah, we had a good time today, actually.
Yeah, we really did. Just quickly, also, that tweet that Gardner was talking about the bags has just popped up at the top for me. I don't know if it took that long for anyone else, but yeah, just a reminder. It's up there now in case you wanted to see what the purse looked like if you hadn't seen it already in the Discord.
And it's a handmade, by the way.
It's
unbelievable.
Handmade.
It's handmade. Each and every one of them.
They're very beautiful and really high quality, which, that's what we do here.
And it was made by a member of the community, though. That's a huge plus. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Rich Class Decor is one of the very active DAWs since the beginning, and he's created a lot of jobs through his company doing these beautiful purses. He also does rugs custom for your DAW. I think it's absolutely incredible what he's doing and how many jobs he's created through this.
Yeah, I seen the rugs too. Those are so nice. Like, it's insane what he does.
Yeah, totally.
I'm actually getting.
Yeah.
I got one of my buddies. He's a tattoo artist. I'm not getting a tattoo of a door, not yet. My wife and I don't know.
Soon you will be able to. I'm just
soon.
Just throwing it out there.
Oh,
Wink, wink.
Winky. Oh.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got like a couple of guitars. So I think it'd be really cool to do like a airbrush on the guitar, like all my DAWs that I have, and then have them on there. So once that's done, I'll post that. That'll be cool.
Totally.
I'd also like to thank Breakfast again for coming. We're really excited for what you're doing, and thank you for sharing about the IP process to our community. We'd love to have you back in the future to learn more about how you're utilizing the casting of the DAWs for future packaging, and to hear more about that process once you start actually bringing in more DAWs from the community. I think that would be a really exciting thing for the community to learn about. So thank you.
I'd love to, and I appreciate you all hosting me today, and it was fun. So thank you so much.
Dan, good luck. I'm really excited for your brand. Your art is amazing. So anyone who hasn't looked at the bags yet, go look at those coffee bags. They are just beautiful. You know,
I can't wait to get the Tiffany coffee. Like, that's all I'm waiting for.
Same.
I want
the only problem, though, I was saying, is you can't just get one bag, because then you're never going to want to try the coffee in it, because it looks so beautiful. I'm like, I need at least two, because you have to open one.
You know, but what the problem with me is, since, you know, I'm a collector at heart, so I'll have to buy it, but not use it. So it's like...
That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah. We need two of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how my husband is, too. It's so funny. He'll, you know, he loves to keep his things, and so... especially with stuff that eventually goes bad, he'll save it and just like look at it and appreciate it. And then I'm like, I have to throw this away now.
Totally.
But yeah.
Well, at least the coffee, well, it might not taste that great if you save it forever. It's not gonna start to smell or anything like that.
Yeah, at least I don't have to throw it out.
That's good to know.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was really great talking to all of you, hearing from all of you, Breakfast, Bluesy, Gigi, everyone. And I can't wait to have our next Spaces.
Indeed. Thank you all for coming and participating with amazing. Keep up the good work, the good spirit, and good things to 2022.
Yeah, and if there's any topics you'd like to see us cover in Spaces, please come in and just share in Discord, and we're happy to try to work that into another week.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks all.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone's questions as well. It's been lovely to speak to everyone once again. Honestly, I love these spaces. They're great. And we'll see everyone again in a week's time. Actually, I do want to say one more thing. We're going to be holding a Discord AMA in this coming week, so that'll be announced on Discord soon. We'll get the giveaway done, so I don't want to give everyone too much, but just a little one there. That'll be announced ASAP, but we'll deal with the giveaway first and the other things that we've mentioned.
Perfect.
Great.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day or evening, depending